for those of you all that are trying to figure out how to monetize whatever it is that you're doing, how to make more money, how to do that, a couple of different questions that you need to ask yourself that will help you.
This business podcast, the Two Business Guys Mastermind, uncovers for you secrets and share tips and tricks to entrepreneurship as they mastermind on how to have startup, operational, and overall business success so that you can go on to get better results. Enjoy. So we've got some good ideas, and we want to share those ideas with you today because we think one of these you should be able to take and turn into a money maker for you. So Rob and we didn't even talk about this, right? We didn't talk and says, hey, you want to talk about this? We're just going to go down maybe a couple of lists of things, and we want you to be able to listen in, right? And we may make some suggestions on how you can spin it up quickly. Grab these ideas, maybe use a little AI to spin them up if you want to do that, or if you want our help, we'll help you. All right, Rob. So the first one I have is I'm going to be doing this thing this weekend for my wife. She's doing a women who write kind of symposium kind of a thing, right? So she's having a whole bunch of writers come together, da da da. So I'm going to be on the panel talking about using AI in the writing process. So this one is called Bots for Books.
I
Right?
like it.
Bots for books. And so the big idea then is you take your book, and because you've written and I've written books, you
Mhm.
take your book and we create a bot page. So here's a big idea, everybody. So you create a page that is 100% ran by bots. Now,
Mhm.
you can then have, let's say, a chapter of your page, and then either you can read it out, but it is on page. Now, hopefully, we have a page that is keyword rich so that it could get its own traffic, right? Instead of having the whole book, how you do like a landing page for a book itself, this one is going to
Mhm.
be just a page, and on there, the bot is going to pop up, and of course, ask you, what about this do you like? So it will kind of prompt you at a certain period of time. What is it about this particular chapter that you like? Which would then get engagement from the reader on
Mhm.
things that they enjoyed about that particular chapter. And then this
Mhm.
bot would, if you like this, then you might also like this.
Mhm.
So it is encouraging them to now eventually buy the book, but you're giving something free at first, accentuating just a page, and then you can literally now everybody, you can get out of hand with this. You can do every single page. But what I like to do is think about this. What if you were pre-selling the book, right? And I help authors do this kind of stuff too, right? And I just got a nice payout from a, a deal I had with an author. I says, I'm gonna build the page for you. I'm gonna show you everything to do. You go off and do what you do. They pre-sold like crazy, and they just sent me you know a
Nice little
cash
check.
app. That's right. I say check, but some people don't know what checks are. But they just sent me my first part of it. Now, of course, they've hired me to help them with other stuff, and we're creating
Mhm.
infographics. Man, I've got like, oh my gosh, all kinds of different digital assets that they can then go out and let those things be sales for them. So, Rob, what do you think
Mhm.
about that? Bots for books.
I love it. As a matter of fact, it's so funny that you talk about it. I just sat through a webinar and I've got to remember the company. We'll put it in
And
the show
don't
notes.
be
We'll talk about it.
introducing no competition in this joint.
No, no, no. That's what I'm saying. We'll talk about it later. There's that part that you're talking about is phenomenal, and then the piece that you do on the front of that is you build the bots to even drive traffic to
Yes,
the book
yes,
pages because there are bots that they've got set up now where and there you can have it so that the bot actually is interface. It's a hybrid AI, right? So
yep,
there's
yep.
the part of it that's just the bot, and there's a part of it where it actually uses AI to come back with it because it's been preloaded with kind of your customer journey to the book.
Yep, exactly. That's it.
And the cool part is on your Facebook, on your whatever, you can put these bots onto your Facebook to interact with people.
Yes, yes.
They actually come in asking whatever questions they ask, your bot goes through. And the recommendation that your bot gives them in the conversation is the book. And then the book goes
That
to
part.
what did you
Yep.
like about this? And you continue to like there's
It's
so much that we
it's
can do
cool.
now to do this, that idea is so powerful. And these are inexpensive things. It's not like you got to spend $50,000 or $100,000 to go buy your whole, you know,
Sometimes it's like
uh,
$50 a month.
create an LM. Exactly.
Because I know exactly what you're talking about. Typically, MiniChat, which is an older bot that was
Mm-hmm.
like one of the first,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
it interacts with people and it takes automatically, y'all, as they answer a specific question, it then can says, okay, well, here's the price for that, or here's the next section to this. And then it would also, it's obviously integrated with Facebook, or it was one of the first that integrated with Facebook. And then it goes within Facebook Messenger, which is even more powerful. And now we've got
Mm-hmm.
some other things that we can connect with the company called Make.com. I think it's Make.com. But anyway, yeah. So many different things that you can connect everybody. So
Yep.
okay, that's one. All right, what do you got?
Okay. So the thing that I was looking at when you're talking about just different business ideas that people have is for those of you all that are trying to figure out how to monetize whatever it is that you're doing, how to make more money, how to do that. A couple of different questions that you need to ask yourself that will help you. Instead of thinking, I need to start another thing, another division, another this, another that, look into your ecosystem and
This is
ask
good.
yourself two questions. What do people buy before they need what I sell? So who are the people, right? That so for example, if you're looking at if you do handyman stuff, right? If you fix homes or do anything like that, who are the people that are getting to your people first? Sometimes it'll be a plumber, sometimes it'll be a service professor or whatever type of
Mhm.
kind of services that are out there. It'll get all of these calls, and a lot of times they'll want they're selling big ticket items. They're selling big stuff. They're not selling the small jobs. So they have a lot of lead flow and deal flow that
Mhm.
they can't service.
Mhm.
If you can attach yourself to one of those jobs and just basically when they send you leads, you give them a percentage of whatever the job is, you can get free leads, which is this is one of Randy's phases, the sawdust of
That's right.
the
Sawdust of business.
sawmill, right? And then the second thing you look at is the second question: what do your people need after they get your service, right?
Mhm.
So if you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, let's say it's you're a florist, right? So you know that maybe event planners, maybe wedding planners, maybe funeral parlors are the people who are going to need your services. But then what are the services that they need after they get the flowers, after they get that? Maybe they're going to need, or even at the same time, maybe they're going to need a photographer. Maybe
Mhm.
they're going to need somebody to maybe they're going to need many of you all don't know about this, but there's a thing called a death doula, somebody that helps people to
Oh
deal
yeah.
with grieving, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to need a scrapbooker, or maybe they're going to need somebody to clean up after the event, whatever the case may be. But these are all businesses that you don't have to offer the services as your services. It's literally outsourcing to other people who do it. But because the leads come through, now you can make your package that much more valuable because you've thought about all of the other things that people are going to need. And you've bundled it together with your services because you go and talk to those people, work out the deals, and now you're basically bringing them sales that's bundled together with your service.
I love that. And again, I kept thinking about the barnacle and the whale, right? The barnacle eats
Mm-hmm.
too. It just hangs out with the whale. Now the whale says, "Hey, I don't really like these barnacle things, but they keep me clean."
Mm-hmm.
Right? They take, this stuff could cause me an infection, and I'm so big as a whale, I can't, mess with this infection. So these barnacles eat
Mm-hmm.
that stuff so that it don't just stick to their bodies, kind of deal. So that's one thing I
Mm-hmm.
thought about. So, and then as that idea starts resonating with everybody out there. So first of all, if it's resonating with you, put some comments in the comment section, and if you're digging this stuff, like the video, because that just helps us go crazy, and we're making a really big push. We have been kind of practicing for like 100 something episodes, and now we're ready. We got reps in, so we're ready to grow this thing to whatever
Mm-hmm.
level it'll get to, and with your help we can definitely get there. So subscribe to the channel and send it to people too. But listen, only if this stuff is resonating with you, and then you want to
Mm-hmm.
share with others. I know you might go, I'm not letting anybody else know about these good ideas, but just do it anyway. Stop that. All right, that's our little commercial. So I think about that, Rob, and I go, okay, so we're talking about a pre-business and after business outsourcer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, however you want to call yourself. Imagine how beneficial you can be to a company that may not be thinking about that because they're concentrating on just their stuff. They may not be
Exactly.
aware that all these other things are that exist and could generate them revenue. We talk about this in one episode of ours. This
Mm-hmm.
the how to turn your business, the sawdust of your business, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is a wonderful opportunity. May not scale like you think it, but you don't have to scale immediately to test it out,
Yeah.
right?
That's the
Create a
whole
little
thing.
landing page and test it out.
And the place that I've seen it the most, especially for those of you all that are out there that are coaches or consultants or speaking on different topics or different things like that, when you see summits, people put together events, people put together summits, they do this all the time.
Mhm.
The sponsors will sponsor something, and that's part of the ticket price of the summit. The reason they're doing that is because they want to get access to the people that are coming to the summit. And so they're willing to pay money. They're willing to do that type of stuff. You just take that same principle, put it into your business. And so let's say you're doing an event, right? Especially all of my event planners out there. Let's say you're promoting a workshop or you're promoting what's it called? A panel discussion, right?
Mhm.
What you can do is not just have the event, but for everybody that buys a ticket to the event, each of the panel members and a couple other people might have some free things that they normally give away, but are worth value, right? Randy and I both have things that we give away for free that are worth 100, 200, some of them $500 of the things that we give away. Now, your people don't have to pay any more for it, but they get that value. That makes what you do that much more valuable.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
they're looking at you and they're much more likely to pay the prices that now you can ask for full price. You don't have to discount your stuff because you've added on a whole bunch of other stuff that's valuable.
Yeah. It's so, let's think of the principle here. It's like if you have an email list and you decide, hey, listen, for putting your stuff in front of my people, that's $200, $500, right? It's
Mm-hmm,
because sometimes you find people that have stuff already and you ask
mm-hmm,
yourself, what could I bolt on to their stuff? But then don't make them do any extra work because these entrepreneurs out there have no time for that. And then you all split the difference, split the profits,
that's it.
right?
Like you
It's
just
not
talked about it with your book person, right? You
exactly,
went and
you
helped
don't
them, and
have
then
to,
they paid you on the back
yeah,
end.
and you didn't
And you
have to
can
go
negotiate
and
it however you want
get a customer. I did this thing over the weekend, Rob. I did a contest, right? I'm always giving money away,
to.
right? And so I did this contest over the weekend and nobody won. I was shocked. Nobody won. And so this contest was literally this. If you may have seen it on SGR Fam or something like that, right? So I says, hey, I'm cash apping whoever can answer this question. And the
Mm-hmm.
question was, I thought was, I don't know, maybe curse of knowledge, right? But pretty simple. It said, how can you break even and still make a profit?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And one person got close. Now, a
Mm-hmm.
week prior to that, I asked another question and I was, cash apping somebody, where am I and what am I doing? Right. And I kind of gave some, and they said, oh, you're over here at Horrocks and you're creating a course because I had laid out the cards and all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. Right. Well, I'm leading somewhere with that. So on one hand, I want you to be aware of what's available to you. On another hand, if you can see what I'm doing, probably in a couple weeks, I'm coming out with that thing, and you're not unfamiliar with it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guessed it,
That's it.
or whatever
That's
it
it.
is, or people came in and they took their shot. But this
Yeah.
one that surprised me was that nobody got how you can break even and make a profit. And they were like, first of all, that don't make any sense. I said, oh, wait, wait, wait. So then I did a video literally writing it out. I had my little whiteboard, right? And I put my camera, the whiteboard, and I'm writing it out how you
Mm-hmm.
can make a profit. So here's your event, it breaks even. But here's your upsells and back sales and all these different things. So it is, imagine if you did a lot of those. So here's the next idea. You just basically made sense out of stuff for people. And you started up at agency and says, we make sense out of your ideas or whatever it is. Now,
Mhm.
said another way, it's on my list here is entrepreneur's to-do list. I tested this out and it went like gangbusters, man. Right?
Nice.
It was like, I tell you what, tell me your idea. And I use a couple of AIs to record the idea. Tell me your idea, what you want to make from it, literally, and what's stopping you. So I had like five questions, what's stopping you, what's getting in the way. And people were saying, oh, procrastination or stick to itiveness or whatever. And
Mhm.
then I used some AI. Man, I shouldn't be telling y'all this because this is an
Here we
idea
go.
that's in the
To
wild.
find out the rest of what Randy talked about,
Yeah, we better just
click
leave
the
that.
link in the show notes.
We better leave that right there. But anyway, so now I was able to create a 90-day do this plan for them.
There you go.
Right?
There
It's
you
and
go.
and and then so I'm changing the name probably because AI says, well, here's to-do list idea, but here's entrepreneur action plan. So now, okay, if y'all beat me to this idea, that's fine. Okay, go ahead, knock it out. But imagine what you can do to help people get to what they're trying to do.
That's it.
Entrepreneurs specifically. You just called out your audience by saying entrepreneurs, but you can say, school students, college freshmen, whatever it is. Here's what
Mhm.
to do. And you lay out a plan that if you stick to this plan, you will get to your success. Rob is really big on outcomes, showing
Mhm.
the outcomes, right?
Yep.
This right here is outcomeable because it's a good plan. And you can look at it and go, you said you want to make $31,000 in 3 months. Here's how you do it 90
There you
days.
go. Break it down.
Break it, literally break it down. Then could you also sell on the back end some accountability coaching? Just saying. I shouldn't give y'all that,
Mhm.
should I?
Mhm.
So that's one, Rob. I don't know we got to wrap it
Dropping
up, Rob,
nuggets,
but
dropping nuggets. Yeah. No,
what,
this has
what,
been.
do you have another
I
one?
feel like this. I feel like this has been enough. They got to digest all of that and get it to them for today. I think that this has been a ton. I'm really excited for you all to really look at how you can do more, how you can apply the things that we talked about. I remember I was listening to Eric Thomas one time. He said, "This year, your job is not to read any more books. Your job is to go back and look at all the books you read last year and apply at least one thing from each one of them."
Oh, man, if I did that, oof, oh, right.
That part.
So that part, yeah, you have what it takes. Here's that
Yes.
last bit of inspiration. You have what it takes. You know enough. We've said this before. If you need somebody to kind of walk alongside of you, this is what this podcast is about. We're kind of switching it a bit to talk about ideas and then the
Mm-hmm.
action. So we're going to just not give you ideas, but we're going to start talking about the engine, the action that gets you there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding that is going bananas. People need ideas, Rob. I kid you not.
Yep. Yep.
And
And
you know,
action plans. Yeah.
this
No,
is
I love
it.
it. I
Rob puts
love it.
together systems, right? And shows you he's got
What we do.
I don't talk to Rob. I talk to his assistant. I'm just saying. She'll send me a message. Says where Rob says, like, okay, whatever. And then I'm the guy that's like, look, let's just get fired up and let's test it. Let's start it. Let's get it going today.
Yes. Randy will get you
Today.
moving today, not tomorrow, not thinking about it, not we going to, not we finna. It's today.
That's our commercial, everybody. We're going to be coming up with more of these idea podcasts going forward. We got our reps in. We've done our 100 episodes, like Mr. B says. Just do 100 episodes, and then from that point it starts. So we've done
Yeah.
that, and we're going to be jamming. Come along this ride with us, everybody. All right, we'll talk to you next time.
See you soon.